spectacular badminton mad part of the world. This gymnasium, in fact, right on the back of where the Guangzhou football team play as well. And the other night, there was plenty coming out from there. But it's been a packed auditorium today, and we've witnessed some terrific quarterfinals and more coming your way here on day 5 of these 2013 World Championships. So this is what we've got in store for you, starting off with a men's singles match as Nguyen and Jorgensen look to book their first time ever in a men's singles semi-final. Of course, Lee Chong-wei's been there many times before, although he has lost out in these championships to Indonesian opposition. Tommy Sugiarto is his contestant he has to face this evening. Carolina Marin, what a story for her, up against the young Thai Ratchanok Intanan. Then Peterson and Yule in the women's doubles up against Bao Zhong. Plenty of local support for the number 7 seeds. And then the men's doubles, Pratama and Suputra against the Danes Bo and Mogensen. So a terrific lineup for you on court 1. People starting to fill this gymnasium now. It's far from capacity, of course. We had a mid-session interval, so many went out and grabbed a bite to eat. We're right in the heart of the city here, and just awaiting now the arrival of the match officials and then our first 2 players, which are, as it says, the number 7 and the number 9 seeds, Nguyễn Tiến Minh and Jan O Jorgensen of Denmark. The court officials are arriving on court. Eric Desroches of Canada and Fine Siddhartha of India. Been a terrific atmosphere inside the arena. In some respects, it's a shame that we had the cut-off point, but you can understand it's a long day for the officials and the crowd to be here for non-stop 9-10 hours of badminton action. All straight games we had as well earlier today in the 5 matches we had on court. No big shocks yesterday, of course. They were coming thick and fast. I'm Richard Kaufman, Jill Clark alongside me, and Jill, already the shape up, if you like, of where the medals are heading now is coming to the fore. There has been the odd surprise, but for these 2 gentlemen here coming out now, Nguyễn Tiến Minh of Vietnam and for Jan O Jorgensen of Denmark, what an opportunity to reach their first semi-finals in the World Championships.
Absolutely, and both will believe that wholeheartedly. That's the thing. They, you know, if you come onto the court and you've got to play against Lee Chong-wei or maybe even Lin Nan, you know, players come on with the, oh well, I'll give it my best shot. But both of them know they have a real chance of beating the other, and therefore this should be a very tense affair. And I think that both these players probably regard this as the biggest match of their lives.
Yeah, because the medal is up for grabs and a meeting with the defending champion. You mentioned Lin Nan there. That's who one of these players will meet. And both of them have been involved in some kind of up and down 3-set thrillers as well in the build-up to this match. Jan O Jorgensen has had his up and downs, and you can say the same about Nguyen as well.
Yes, I think Tian Min Yun, it was really only his 3rd round match against Pablo Pabellon from Spain, where he dropped the opening game. Apart from that, I think he's looked fairly comfortable, whereas Jan Jorgensen, all 3 of his matches so far have gone the full distance. So, you know, whether that's taken a physical toll, I don't know. They're both probably 2 of the fittest players in the men's game. So
yeah, I think it's less personal opinion, Jill, is less the physical aspect, but the mental aspect, because to me, Jan Jorgensen seems the kind of player who can wobble during matches, and depending how his opponent reacts, here we're looking at Nguyen who's ranked number 7 in the world right now. If there is a wobble, he can make the most of that wobble from Jorgensen, then he's got a good chance of maybe ramming home an advantage.
Yes, but both will believe exactly the same thing. So, you know, as far as Jorgensen is concerned, I suppose the fact that he's been pushed the whole way in his previous matches and come through,
true, yeah.
He will believe, well, you know, okay, I might have a little wobble in this one as well, but I'm going to manage to come through because I know I'm in good form.
Well, his 3rd World Championships, 3rd time lucky, he hopes. They have met, as you can see, on a number of occasions, 7 times. Nguyen has a 5-2 lead, but Jan has won 2 of the last 3 clashes that they had. The last one you can see went to the Vietnamese player 21-19, 21-16 in Indonesia just over a year ago last June. So I'm not sure how much to read into those previous clashes, and of course none of them have been as big a stage as this one.
No, I'm not sure we can really read too much into that. I think that since the retirement of Peter Gader, I think this man we're looking at the moment, Jan Jorgensen, has taken on the role as the leading Danish player, and I think he's actually grown in stature because of it. I think the fact that he always played second fiddle really to Peter Gader almost prevented him sort of really believing in himself that he was a star in his own right. So I think he's become a much better player over the last 12 months. Well,
Denmark, of course, have medalled in the men's singles before. Peter Gader, you mentioned, Morten Frost, and the BWF president, Paul Erik Høyer. Is Jan Jorgensen going to follow them into those books, or are Vietnam going to get one? Quarterfinals of the men's singles, and a wonderful opportunity awaits one of these two. Vietnam, of course, have never won a medal in the World Championships before. "30 years of age, and you wonder whether Nguyen will have a better opportunity than the one he has in front of him right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, Korea. On my left, we have John,
Service fault called. Racket not pointing in a downward direction.
Well, terrific start from Nguyen. But having watched Jan Jorgensen in his previous 2 rounds, I'm not going to read too much into any kind of start to this match. In one match he started well and then faded before coming good, and the other one he started poorly and then came good.
It does concern me a little bit though, Richard, the fact that the Dane has been on court for 1 hour and 11 minutes longer over the 3 matches played so far.
That's just long. And that's the side of court he was struggling a little bit yesterday against Bunsak Ponsana. It was that kind of length shot that he was missing, and pretty much identical circumstances, missing it by that amount. I mean, on almost double figures count. And the fact that the first one of that length that he's tried has gone long as well, and 8 of the 9 points so far have gone to Nguyen. Good tight net shot, wasn't it, from Jorgensen? Incredibly, we saw one of those earlier today, the Lin Dan Chen Long match, where the shuttle actually just stuck on the net. Have you seen that before?
I have actually.
Yeah,
yes.
I've never seen it before.
Very rare occurrence there. Good defence. And it's gone long.
4-8.
I know our colleague Steen Pedersen reckons this man we're looking at, Tianmin Nguyen, is probably one of the fastest men in the game of badminton. His retrieving capabilities are absolutely extraordinary, and he will run and run and run all day long, but then so will Jorgensen. And to me, Richard, I think one of the big differences between these two men is that Jorgensen actually has a wider repertoire of shots. He has some very, very good skills, whereas I feel this man relies too heavily on his fitness. And I think that in the last year or so, that Nguyen may have lost some of his incredible pace. He's still very quick, but when you rely very heavily on your pace, if it drops just slightly, it can have a dramatic effect on your overall performance.
Well, he has had a number of what he calls niggling injuries, so you get those niggling injuries and suddenly you're not able to spring around as much. He is actually, I wouldn't say at the peak of his fitness, but he is feeling fit at the moment. The fact that he won his last tournament, the US Open Grand Prix event, that shows that confidence must be up, and the fact that he's in the quarterfinals now, the World Championships helps. At the interval, he has a pretty decisive lead as well, 11 points to 4.
And he is very experienced. It's not just that he's 30 years of age. This is his 7th World Championships, and you know, he's led Vietnam as far as badminton is concerned for many years now. He's been their only realistic chance in regular tournament play, and now Vietnam has followed him. A lot of the players and the development of the game in Vietnam has been extraordinary. I've seen some very, very good players now coming out of that country, but it's all been because of this man, basically.
Yeah, you need a trailblazer, don't you?
Yeah.
And how magnificent would it be for him if he was to actually come away, win this match and pick up a medal, whatever the colour.
Yeah.
Going the right way about it as well.
12-4.
Into the quarterfinals before, in fact, the last World Championships. Peter Gader, another Dane, was the man he took on and lost in 3 sets. And of course in London. Hitting the lines.
Yes, crikey. Well, I can remember back in 2004, Nguyen was named as one of Vietnam's news agency top 10 athletes of the year. So, you know, you're going back 9 years, and he was a superstar in his home country then. If he was to medal at a World Championship, can you imagine what that would do for sport in his country, not just for badminton?
Just the point before, when Jorgensen was waiting, he was very pensive, a little bit confused and dazed by what's happening here. You know, you obviously you plan for the match and how you'd like it to go, and you know, well, maybe I might be in an awkward situation, but you don't expect to be 14-4 down, do you?
No.
This game might be en reach now already, 14-4, but needs to show some resistance here, doesn't he, in these last throws of this opening game?
Yes, he needs to build his confidence. Has to settle himself down. At the moment, you're right, you used the word pensive. I think he looks a little bit jittery as well. Before the evening session got underway, he was out on this court practicing with one of the Danish players, and you know, I thought, well, I don't often see Jan Jorgensen doing that. That bothered me. Normally he's in the background, he's in the practice hall, he's doing his stretching, and the fact that he felt the need to be out here and hitting on the actual court showed me he was nervous. But understandable, it's a quarterfinal of a World Championship.
Service over, 5-16.
Well, it's a rare point for Jorgensen. And there's a couple in a row. He had lost 8 in a row before that.
Look at the contrast between the two men. One shaking his head, the other having a little smile to himself, knows he was lucky to get away with that. Tianmin Yuan.
That's more like it. Oh, it's been given out.
Yeah, I thought it was just wide.
Okay, but that was, well, it was more like it really in terms of creativity, but obviously it was called out and was out. I thought on my look that it was in.
5-16.
Just long again from Jorgensen. He's giving himself a talking to right now, the Dane. Oh, a height on that one.
Well, almost had the desired effect because Jorgensen completely mistimed this attacking shot. Oh, service fault called again. Goodness me.
And that brings up 13 game points. Yep, 13 of them. Well, I think this reaction to the service fault's more about the full 11 minutes rather than the actual call itself.
It's going wide. Yeah, the umpire is absolutely correct though, because what he was saying is the service judge has given a signal to say why it was a fault, and therefore you don't need to speak to the service judge. It's become a habit of players. Yeah. It's a lovely way to end the game.
It was super touch from Tianmin Yuan, and he has been top-notch. You can't say the same about Jan Jorgensen, who, if he's not careful in the blink of an eye, could be about to lose his medal chances, but this is Jan Jorgensen, and at these World Championships so far, he's made a habit of 3 gamers, and he will be at his favoured end in the next set. We shall see whether it makes a difference, because that was a one-sided affair. With an important chat in the ear of Jorgensen. It's too much to Nguyen, do they, at the moment? I mean, I mean, it's all about him playing better, isn't it? This second game to give himself a chance. Is it tactical? Or?
No, first and foremost, I hope Lars Uar has said something to try and calm this man down, because it was quite clear to me from his body language, it's not a problem to Jorgensen to lose a game. It's the manner in which he lost the game, and he's livid with himself. He's so angry that he didn't really give a good performance. So first of all, he's got to calm down. He's got to play himself in. He needs a couple of good long rallies. That's not going to help at all.
Well, he thought it was going out, I think, for a minute. And
yeah, but
he was hesitant in the shot, wasn't he?
He was hesitant, Richard, but the point is, if you're hesitating, why then go for the winner? Get rid of the shuttle. You're playing against the wind. Get it to, okay, indecision. Get rid of it. Let's start the rally again. Hit to the back of the court, and in essence, you're giving yourself time to get back to your base position and regroup.
Yeah, no. You're right, but he's not thinking straight.
No. And you can see he's so uptight. You know, and I feel for the man. I know what it's like, you know, but how do you get out of it? It's a couple of really long rallies will really help him.
2-1.
Well, it's a new set. You start afresh, back to 0-0. It's his opportunity to have a different mindset.
3-1.
Come on.
Service over. 2-3.
Yeah, there we go.
Service over. 4-2.
Use the 4 corners. And all of a sudden, Nguyen himself is having to think now. Oof, that was close, wasn't it?
Service fault go.
Oh my goodness.
Service over. 3-5.
Fuming.
Yeah.
Absolutely fuming.
The problem is, I'm not sure that you know, whether the service judge is right or wrong. is almost by the by. The fact is, I know you called Jan Jorgensen's match last night. Well, the umpire just saying don't do anything else other than I said, which is just look at the service judge. He's giving you a signal. You don't need to talk to him. The problem is that, did he get called at all last night?
Honestly, I can't 100% remember.
Yeah, but it's the inconsistency.
Yeah.
If it is a fault, if he was getting called from day one with his serve and his racket not being pointing in a downward direction, when fair enough. If he's played 3 matches already, and if he hasn't been called...
I don't think he was. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
But, no, I don't remember anything really.
And I have to say that I feel the players nowadays have been coming higher and higher with their serves and flatter, and I'm really not surprised that an awful lot of them are getting called a fault nowadays.
But you want consistency, don't you?
But you want consistency, that's the whole point.
Some nice shot making in this rally. Onto the body profits for Jorgensen.
7-4.
Jorgensen's getting a little frustrated with the work ethic of Tian Min Nguyen. I think Nguyen is particularly good with the round the head shot. There's such a low centre of gravity as he moves to what should be his deep backhand corner, but he still plays with the normal overhead action. You see that a lot in the women's singles, but I think he's so agile and so flexible. Well, there's a rare backhand.
Well, they go for a 3-point lead here. Had Jorgensen encouraging signs, but 3 points in a row for Nguyen. First Vietnamese player to play in the Olympics. He's been to 2 now. Needs to get the belief here, Jorgensen. He's been through quite a bit in his young life. Thought actually a few years ago when he missed the World Championships he might not actually play again. There's some heart issues. Hopefully he's overcome those.
Service over, 8-all.
7-3.
That's a wonderful net shot.
9-8.
Service over. 4-7.
Good length this time.
10-8.
confidence fit he required. A happier camp now. Very warm in here, isn't it? To say. Quite well come into it. Given is it me or is it warm in here?
It is very warm, very humid as well. But as I said at the start, I think these are two of the fittest athletes in the sport. So, you know, fitness will be tested, but I don't think that will be the deciding factor. One thing I think Jorgensen could perhaps try, I would say that 80% or maybe even more of his shots to the back of the court are going down his opponent's backhand side, that deep backhand corner. I don't think he's really exploiting the deep forehand corner at all, and I think he ought to.
10, 11.
That's well spotted. He's had a couple of those in this game. Apology kind of rubs salt into the wounds, doesn't it, really? I don't know if his mum's watching. Well, I'm sure she is somewhere. Don't know if she's listening to us either, but apparently he was saying that when he was little, mum wasn't happy. Badminton, not a good career choice, son. He could be on the verge of a medal here. Turned out to be a pretty good career choice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Service over. 12, 11.
What did she want him to do then?
I don't know, but you don't get a good salary playing badminton.
I think his mum was talking to my parents, probably. All along the same lines.
Yeah. You wouldn't swap it, would you? For the world?
Not for the world.
12, all.
Having a dream and actually going for that dream, being able to chase the dream is the biggest gift of all.
Of course, yeah.
Whether you achieve it or not, it's the opportunity. And a real increase in pace here from Nguyen. Pace of movement. Yeah, backhand again, deep backhand, and again. And again.
Longest rally, I think, this one.
It must be, I'm sure, a tactic that the coaches have given him, because he's virtually not using Nguyen's deep forehand corner at all. So Nguyen's only having to cover 3/4 of the court at the moment. Here we go.
These are tense moments, aren't they, really?
Well, played to the forehand corner, but it simply wasn't deep enough. Look where his feet are as he plays that Nguyen. It's not even near the doubles service line.
Service over. 15-13.
Bit of tension creeping into Nguyen.
Well, you can understand it given the situation here. Jorgensen's keeps experiencing these three setters, and so far he keeps coming out on top. And he battered him pretty much, didn't he, Nguyen, in that first set? But it's a 2-point advantage here now for the Dane.
15-13.
Service hold. 14-9.
Service over. 14-15.
Service hold.
Big point, isn't it? This could go on for a while, yeah.
This is a big point psychologically. It's going out.
Wide, yeah. You're right, yeah. I mean, that must have been at least 30 shots. And, well, the difference, more than just the point, of course, it would have been 16, 14. And now it's 15 all. Go on, Jim, what are you going to say?
There was a little look from Jan Jorgensen when Nguyen asked the umpire if he could towel down and have a quick timeout, and Jorgensen wasn't happy. Jorgensen may have lost the rally, but he felt that Nguyen was struggling at the end of it, and I think he's right. He wanted to play on again quickly.
Which suggests if we go to a third set, Jorgensen could become favourite.
Yes.
If.
That was shocking. It happens though. Nobody plays a loose shot like that on purpose. Just almost see the thought process from Tiến Minh Nguyen, urging himself, come on, rally after rally, inject a bit of pace, get this over and done with in 2 straight. Huge effort by this man.
He is now 3 points away from the World Championship semi-finals, and that's well left by Jorgensen.
Service over. 16-17.
Quite right, Jill pointing out it's 17, not 18. He's on 4 points away. Whatever, it's within touching distance. Oh my goodness. Exchange. Wonderful point for Jorgensen to win.
Okay, go there. There you go.
17 all.
And we're back level pegging again. Can he seize the initiative here? Jan O Jorgensen. one of those, isn't it? Oh, it's wide from Nguyen, and Jorgensen's back ahead again.
18-17.
Yeah, there's just a bit of frustration creeping into the game of Tianmin Nguyen, desperately going for the winner when he hadn't really got his opponent out of position. Towards the umpire, as if to say, did he take that before it came over the net? And no call.
That's good. And it's gain points for Jan O Jorgensen. And once again, from the brink it seemed, 5 points in a row, taking him to the brink of a deciding set. And there you go. There's a spring in his step now. Oh, he enjoyed that. And as we were suggesting, going to a third. Well, is he now the favourite? 21 points to 17. Some recovery from losing that first game. 21-8. And has Nguyen's best opportunity been and gone?
Đấy, với cái cầu lên vậy lâu lâu anh đập chéo anh lên anh đập thẳng thôi mà đập thẳng canh lên ngoài phía bên cái đầu em á, lên lâu lâu anh nhảy lên nhiều khi em sửa cái. Thấy không? Cái cầu khi mà em qua bên kia tiếng nó làm qua bên kia á, nó đưa ra sau cái cầu em lớp xong em phải chuẩn bị nhanh nó lớp lại đưa lại có thể chặt nhanh hơn đánh gì xử lý cho nhanh nha. Ha, em đánh tiền liền và nó sẽ chạy được. Ha, để cố hết sức.
Part 1, 20 seconds. Part 1, 20 seconds.
Well, here we go then. Fresh shirts. Fresh set. All still to play for. Medals on the line.
Service hold. 15-18.
Final game. Laval, play.
Well, he did it yesterday, didn't he, against Ponsana. Heavily lost the first set, 21-10 on that occasion, 21-8 today. And went on and won, Jan Jorgensen. Can you do it twice in 24 hours? He needs to get things right lengthwise, doesn't he, as well, this end of the court.
Yes, that's very important because in the opening game, just so many errors. As you say, hitting long of the back line. There's, oh, that was going to go long as well. missed it.
Wasn't by much, but yes, it was a good call. Just wide here from Nguyen.
Oh, that's nice. Very nicely played from Jan Min.
1, 2.
Snatched it back a little bit.
Service over. 3, 1.
Again, look where his feet are, though, when he played that overhead. Dane, really quite fortunate to get away with that point. Oh, tried to get out of the way.
Service over. 2, 3.
Catch the top of his ponytail. Is that what you call it, or a bun? What's he got there?
He's very trendy.
I see if he doesn't wear it like that off court. Does he have his hair down?
Well, I don't know. They're not staying at our hotel, are they?
No, they're not.
I haven't seen him.
Anyway, we digress. So short from Nguyen.
Good judgment.
Service over.
Well, if Jorgensen is going to struggle good length, but still keeping the shuttle in on that line, the obvious thing to do. Ooh, oh, there you go, there's some tactical things being noted. The obvious thing to do is to hit more shots in a downward direction. But Jan Jorgensen, I mean, he's been very, very patient in his play the second game. And in fact, I was urging him to do that, to play himself into the match. But I haven't really seen. Jorgensen does have some very, very good winning shots, but I haven't really seen any today so far. No need to panic at the moment, it's 4-4, but I'm suggesting that if he's struggling from that far side of the court, perhaps he ought to be a little more aggressive in his style.
Okay.
4-all.
And maybe he's just so confident that when it comes to the second half of this deciding game, he'll have the end he prefers playing from. Oh.
5-4.
Pendulum keeps swinging, doesn't it? Right now it's just gone swinging back towards Jan Min.
See, that's the sort of shot that I was really alluding to just a moment ago. Not full power attack, but just clip the shuttle in a downward direction. Magnus' judgment, that was going to land on Ireland.
Service over. 7-5.
His judgments like that always to me a sign of nerves.
Yeah, hoping it might go out.
Yeah.
Service over. 6-7. Service over. 8-6.
Super.
Service over.
Yeah, spot on.
7-8.
Flatter clear, deep to the forehand corner of Nguyen. Short. Well, if we look at that again, just watch where Tianmin Nguyen's feet are as he plays this. Not even on the double service line. You can always tell how deep a shuttle is towards the back of the court by where the players' feet are as they jump to play the shot.
Make the most of it. It's a lead, not a big one, but a lead nonetheless for in here.
It's going wide.
10-7.
Oh, he's having a little bit of trouble here, getting picking the shuttle up.
Yeah, but if we need to change, we're going to change, but quickly. Okay?
The shuttle, it was more embarrassed than anything else. Given in. Nguyen disagrees.
That's a good call by the line judge. I thought that was on the line.
Yeah, the replay suggests that was the case.
Yeah, so does that. That's superb.
Service over, 11-8, interval.
So 3 points separate these two men. And there's one last piece of action still to come in this quarterfinal of the men's singles. It's Nguyễn Tiến Minh who is out in front, but you wouldn't want to call this match quite yet, would you?
Part 1, 20 seconds. Part 1, 20 seconds.
Không sai. Pha đi mình quên.
Well, if I remember correctly, Dane was 13-9 down in the deciding game yesterday against Boonsak Ponsana. So he's come from behind before in a deciding game.
Middle complete. Thank you.
5, 3.
Good. Okay. 11-8. Play. Service over, 9-12.
Oh, that's good.
Service over, 13-9.
Well, 4 points ahead now, Nguyen. Jorgensen needs to get moving again, doesn't he? That one's wide.
Well,
I don't know about you, Richard, but I had a little flashback there to yesterday. 9-13 down against Ponsana.
As I said, he was pretty destroyed in the first game against the Thai as well.
Just going through my mind, you know, that Jorgensen was just not being proactive enough. I know that he needs to be patient. He's probably playing to tactics that have been given to him by his coach, but I just went through my mind, at some point you've got to take some initiative in the rally. It's dropped in. And I think more in hope than in belief, claiming it had gone long. Oh, pretty close, I have to say. Not out by Nguyen's foot being in the way a little bit, but maybe just out. But got to quickly put those things behind you, haven't you? Back level, and you know, for all my concerns and saying Jorgensen's got to take a bit more initiative, perhaps he's got it spot on. Working his opponent enough. He snatched at that one.
Over, 14-13.
Ends a run of 4 points in a row for the Dane.
treated in the same way as we did with the earlier men's singles quarterfinal we watched with Lin Dan. Tell down.
Well, finely poised, isn't it? Set for a thrilling finish here. So much at stake.
That's nice. Very, very good play from Nguyen. How courageous. 2 rallies ago, he missed a kill at the net. He went for it again, made it this time. You see a rally like that, and you wonder why on earth hasn't been a little more attacking play from Jorgensen.
Middle of the court. It's middle of the court. I don't want him to come back to next point. Middle of the court. It's wet over there. Right where your feet are. Thank you.
This is a huge point. Doubled over. Look, he's absolutely exhausted.
Play on. There's no reason to stop apart from the fact you're shattered.
Yeah.
But you can't stop for being tired. The good news from the Jorgensen point, apart from the fact that Nguyen here is tired and he's trying everything now, change his shuttle, is it was 17-15 in the last game. And Jorgensen won it, didn't he?
That's right. 6 straight points to close it out.
Long though this time. 3 points needed for Nguyen. 3 points his advantage.
judgment.
That's wide as well. Well, is there to be no fairy tale comeback today for Jan O Jorgensen? Still needs 2 more huge points. That's good. Not only is it good, it's magnificent, and especially when the fact it brings up match points, medal points. What a lead that is on match point.
70-20.
One saved. By a margin, and then the thinnest of margins again as it dribbles over the net here.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Wipe it. Wipe it. Play. Play. That's good.
Quite getting done, can he? Jorgensen staying resilient for the moment. What a match point this is turning out to be. Unbelievable, it's a little bit short. Still going. I haven't seen anything like this. They deserve to be a loser. That is incredible. You can see the Danes there at the back. From Fischer Nelson amongst them, cheering on their compatriot. He could taste the glory there. Tien Minh Nguyen, he's absolutely drained. And now he still has 1 match point. That was incredible. And that's good as well. He's saved it again, Jorgensen. This is what it's all about. Courage, belief, never say die. You've just seen it here. Now you've got to stay concentrated. Can he create a match point of his own, Jorgensen? It's going wide. It's a third. Should say a fifth match between them. With Tien Minh, he can hardly stand up. He wants to have a wipe down.
Only a white. Quickly. No water. Only a white.
It's a bit harsh,
okay,
isn't
back
it?
On court. Back on court.
But you want to make it the same for both players, I suppose. He is, well, he's not spent force, that's not quite true, but he is feeling it big time. And never mind the tension.
20.
Oh, that was going wide.
He's got it! Jordan, Vietnam made history. What you have to feel for the loser as well. Jan O Jorgensen, I think, is in tears here. He is distraught. They didn't deserve to be a loser in that match. They really didn't. Both players showing great courage, but of course there has to be a winner. And it's the first World Championship medal for Vietnam. And a lovely act of sportsmanship as the two players embrace there as well. The match swung one way.
Match won by Nguyen Tien Minh.
And then the other.
21,
You just didn't know which way the pendulum would stop when the match was over. But in the end, it was Tien Minh Nguyen who came up with the goods. And Jill, yeah, I say you have to feel for Jorgensen, but huge congratulations to Nguyen.
Yes, and years and years and years of such hard work. And I remember him saying some time ago that success only comes to people who try their best every day. Well, if ever he tried his best, it was today. He fought and fought and fought. He was urging himself on. He was physically spent at the end of that third game. Emotionally, I think they're both probably totally drained. But of course, for Nguyen, he's got to pull himself together. He's got a semi-final tomorrow.
And against someone called Linh Dan as well. Good luck. No, well, listen, if he shows half the courage here he's shown this evening in the Dien He Gymnasium, he's got a chance. What a match. 7 minutes. The crowd laps it up. But it's Tien Minh Nguyen who creates history for Vietnam with a medal guaranteed in a thrilling 3-setter there against Jan O Jorgensen. So how do you follow that? Well, how about putting the #1 seed on Lee Chong Wei against Tumi Sugiarto of Indonesia? That's what's coming your way.
女士们、先生们，1号场地的比赛即将开始，请裁判员入场。
Ladies and gentlemen, the match on Hall 1 Male Grassroots. Please welcome the technical officials to the court of play.
The technical officials just arrived, as you can see there in shot.
裁判员中国赵小毛，发球裁判员泰国卡诺卡拉帕。
The umpire, Zhao Xiaomao.
Zhao Xiaomao